Hello.
Hi there, my friend.
This is a very interesting time for us to be alive.
And I appreciate it. We got a Nico watch right now.
We do, yes. At least he's drinking. That's a good sign.
Yeah, he's been eating and drinking, and he's been acting just normal. One of the signs to lily poisoning is they stop peeing,
Oh,
or they get the opposite where they can't stop peeing and they just pee all over the place. And I saw him yesterday in the kitty litter peeing,
okay.
but it's not like I watch my cats pee. So it just happened to be. Um, but yeah, it's really scary because I had no idea that they were so toxic. And
Yeah,
thank
that's
you
the
so much, Renee, for letting me know.
it's the first I've heard about it.
Yeah.
See, we don't, my mother and I are allergic to lilies, so we don't usually, if we get a bouquet, we take them out and we toss them right away because otherwise we'll be sneezing up a storm. So we've really never had to deal with it before.
Well, we grow them around the pool outside.
Oh,
And with all the storms that came in, we cut them down and put them in a vase or a vase in the house because they get like
okay.
5 foot tall, and they've all been blown over. But I'll show you. It was really pretty.
Hey, Frog
But
Fishing Mar. That's where I got most of my plants from yesterday at the swap.
what you tell us about the
Actually,
swap?
all of my plants except for the one Anubias came from them. Where did I put them all? I saved all my baggies so I wouldn't forget. I picked up 3 kinds of boosts from them. So I got a Gonzilla Red,
Oh,
a red type boost, and then a Sparkle Blue. I also got, well, I didn't get, they were nice enough to be like, here, take this. It was some Rickia, which to me almost looks like a mossy thing, but it's not a moss. Well, they look beautiful.
oh, and they smelled beautiful too.
I'd be going crazy if I was there.
Oh my gosh.
And then
Well,
they
it was
also gave me
almost
some hornwort.
overpowering. Oh, that's awesome. Can I bring up Boost real quick and then we'll go right back to what you did yesterday?
Sure.
Do you remember I won the Boost on one of your Saturday night shows?
Oh, the Boost Plan gift card?
Yeah.
Or
Now, they were supposed to email me or something, or what was I supposed to look for? How was I supposed to redeem that?
I thought they were supposed to get with you.
Well, maybe they did, but I don't know what to look for. And I have like over
Um,
100, I think I
where
have
did I talk to
500,000
them?
unread messages.
Trying to think where I would have talked to them.
I mean, if it's too late, it's just too late,
No, I can bring it up. I'm trying to just. Is it on Instagram? Where I'm trying to think of where I had that conversation with them. Yeah, I gave them your physical address and your email. And they
Do you
said you
know
should
what
receive an email with the gift card attached.
do you know what their name is?
It should just be Boost Plant.
How do you spell that?
BUCE Plant.
CE. Hey, let's see if I got anything.
And it should have been around March 20th. They should have emailed it to you.
Oh, here it is.
Oh.
Okay.
And they said the
Let's
gift
see
card
what it
should
says.
be attached.
Well, this is to their website.
They might have put it as like an attachment to on the email, or there might just be a number or something in the email somewhere.
Oh, here it is. Holy crap. I must have got put on their mailing order thing because I have a whole bunch of things. First thing it says was on, I don't know what day it was. Oh,
hey,
I put it in the.
Jess, how you doing?
It says order for a $50 gift certificate.
That would be it right there.
Well, that's really neato. Okay, tomorrow, if it's okay with you, I'm going to try to do it.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to get boost plant because I've never had any boost plant.
Claim them when, to me, it's basically like an Anubias, just different colors and patterns.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right, Skipper, you got a 4 a.m. wake up call. Yeah, you should probably get to bed.
Oh, jeepers. Thank you so much for helping me there.
Yeah, no problem. But yeah, they were super nice people. If you see them in the chat there, you guys can go check them out. They got a bunch of shorts and stuff. A lot of frogs. But yeah, and they gave me this Rickia stuff, which I just Googled. If it's the same stuff, it's called crystal wart. Have you tried that before, Ed?
You know, I don't do any of the warts. That sounds so gross. But they really fall apart in my water. And they're kind of a more solid plant. So when they fall apart, the leaves just like litter it, almost like a evergreen tree.
So yeah, this is it here. I'm hoping that it'll be okay in my tank. I took it and I split it between 3 tanks just so I could hopefully keep some, because for some reason some things like the 40 over here, all the mosses die in it, but every other tank they grow like gangbusters. So I don't know if it's just that light in particular or what's going on. So I split it, and I split the swasser tank I bought too, just so I can have it in different plants. Even I split the hornwort up because the hornwort came in a baggie, but there was a lot of it in there. So I'm hoping that it takes in my tanks because they were nice enough to give me some.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I went to the swap last year and the picnic. That was the first CCY event I went to that wasn't the Clash, and it was a fun time. And then this year, of course, Skipper was there, Jason was there, Fishymon was there, Color Guppy, Fish Rumor, Eduardo showed up.
Eduardo?
He was visiting his sister. I had no clue he was coming.
You knew. Because he was bragging about going on Rico's stream, I think the week before or something.
Okay. So yeah, I've got them all floating now just to see what happens.
Was everybody nice to you?
Oh, everyone's always nice.
Did you guys give each other hugs and say goodbye?
Yes. Actually,
nice.
Skipper, I think Skipper and Fish and Color Guppy was only two. Everybody else was just handshakes.
Oh, that's too bad.
But I had a couple of the CCY members who were like, "Hey, when are you putting up another video? It's been a while. We miss you. Why is that in this stream? That bot's not supposed to be here."
What is it?
It's a bot that I use on it's the Botrix, which I use on a completely different website, which should not be here. So it's getting removed.
Frogs, Fish, and More, they're the ones you got the stuff from.
Yes.
Do they live in the New England area? That I have to turn my
They're in Pennsylvania. They are CCY members.
Oh, that's awesome. Are they going to be at the Clash?
I believe so, and I think they said they're going to be a vendor too.
That's awesome. I thought about being a vendor, but I really want to enjoy the event.
Oh, they're in Maryland.
If I end up getting fired from Aquashella, then I'll set up maybe a vendor next year.
See, it wasn't Nightbot. Nightbot I have in here. It's the other bot that I'm using when I stream on another platform for something completely different. So I'm surprised that it's here.
Did you see my cool shirt? My sister gave this to me for my birthday. It's two of my favorite things in the world, tacos and cats.
Ah, very nice.
Except it's a crunchy taco and I prefer a soft taco. But okay. I think in space, maybe in space you prefer to have a crunchy taco. Otherwise, it might just open up and everything float out.
That is true. I mean, Bruce is right. You could just sell out of your room at the Clash. Bring some stuff to sell out of your hotel room.
Oh, it's not the problem with buying a table. It's the problem with having to spend all my time selling.
True. Well, that's what I know the Triple Crown, a lot of people did the room stuff. That way they didn't have to be there all the time and would just come and go as you please. And people would be like, hey, I'll be back at these times. And they just left their signs and stuff on their doors.
Yeah, maybe I'll hi Oinky. Maybe eventually I'll set it up so I bring my nieces or Heck, now they've all got super jobs. I don't know. Bring my sister and my youngest niece, and they can sell stuff with my mom or something. I don't know. I don't want to just make my mom and dad work though.
Yeah, yeah.
But if my sister went, then she could drive them around and they could have fun.
It's true.
But if my mom and dad go, they're really limited on what they can do. But I'm sure they would do it. But I would just try to sell everything I'm going to have on my Etsy page.
Ah, okay.
Oh my gosh. How long do you think we're going to go tonight?
I don't know. How long do you want to go?
Well, have you heard of Foxanne? Her name's Roxy Fishes,
Yeah.
or Foxy Fishes rather,
Mm-hmm.
and Peplin Creek.
Yes.
She's doing a thing called Christmas in July.
I saw that. I didn't click on it though. Didn't get to watch it yet.
Well, she asked what I would like to donate. And I thought, well, I could donate one of those cool what are they called? Axolotl caves.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't made it yet.
Oh.
Do you think we have time for me to make one?
Sure.
I mean, I don't know. I think maybe, and what we'll do is we'll time it just for science and see how long it takes me to make them, because I want to eventually make these on Etsy and sell them on Etsy.
That's a good plan. I will even
Takes a pound of clay.
Oh, wow.
So if you guys tune in to Foxy Fish throughout July, you'll have an opportunity to win what we're going to make right here.
Thanks, Silver Creek.
I'm going to turn on chat. Hey, Silver Creek.
He posted the link for her video for us. All right. Well, whenever you want me to hit the timer to start timing, you let me know.
Oh, let's go right now. I'm holding. Now, normally I would heat my bag beforehand, but let's go right now. Did you hit it?
Yeah, you're good to go. Go ahead.
Okay. Because what probably takes the longest is just warming this stuff up, because it's such a solid clay. Hey, Silver Creek. You know, he lives in the great state of Texas. And I found out the fish that I want isn't just in the Yucatan, but it's also in creeks in Texas.
Oh.
The Amazon Molly.
Okay.
And she's like, it's a super hard fish to find or to buy. I mean, they're super expensive. I mean, at that auction, I think they went for like over $200 for a trio. It was so stupid. Or no, it wasn't a trio. It was probably 3 girls, because there's only girl ones.
Oh.
There's no boys.
How's that work?
Basically, well, they're a really unique molly. They have to have another molly of a different origin to have sex with them.
Okay.
They take the sperms of the boy molly to activate their egg, but all their DNA stays in the egg and the boys doesn't transfer in.
Oh.
So they only make clones of themselves, but they're still using the seed from the male. So I want to do experiments where I take big yellow lighter tails and just have fun with it. I think it'd be so cool.
That is kind of cool.
But they're kind of an ugly fish.
Oh.
But it would be the ultimate science project for a little kid.
It would, yeah.
For 6th grade. Even though it'd probably take the whole semester to really grow some.
But no, when I got home from the swap yesterday, I ended up getting guppies again, even though I said I was done with guppies. Small World Aquatics had purple Moscows, and looking at her Moscows made me realize what I had were not Moscows. Because
what did you have?
I'm pretty sure I had mosaics and not Moscows.
Oh, did it have any pattern at all?
Do you remember the ones I had for a while? The purple and blue ones I had?
Yeah.
They were listed when I bought them. They were listed as purple blue Moscow mosaic guppies. And I'm like, that's a lot of words.
They should have left the Moscow part out.
So I'm wondering if maybe the males were the Moscows and the females were the mosaics, but I don't know because those females came dead. I had to get females, which I ended up getting from somebody in Tennessee on eBay. They were just blue mosaics when I got them, so I'm pretty sure I had male mosaics and not male Moscows. So now I have actual purple Moscows that a friend of hers bred and was letting her sell. When I was putting those in their new tank yesterday, I turned the light on and I've got juvenile and baby shrimplets all in the tank. And
Awesome.
they are from, I had like 2 cherry shrimp that survived from my Clash purchase last year. Apparently they're doing crazy in that tank and I thought they were all dead.
Yeah, I bought 5 crappy shrimp from my local fish store. And I'm not talking Aquatic Aesthetics. This was like 2 years before Aquatic Aesthetics opened. It was at the Fish Den, and they're still open. It's a fish store. It's about 5 minutes from Bob's house in Cleveland.
I think
I haven't been there in
before.
Years. The last time I went in there, they would buy fish all the time from locals and sell them. Well, the 2 girls in there bought angelfish from a local and dropped them in the African cichlid tank.
Oh.
Hi there. And they had ripped their pectoral fins off.
Ooh.
And they were still tearing up those angels. And we were like, you got to get them out of there. And they said, no, they're cichlids, and cichlids all stay in this tank.
Oh.
And some Irish dude, he was like, yo, you got to get them out of there. And I'm like, where did an Irish guy come from? But still, those girls just let those angels die. And I haven't been there since.
Wow. See, that's like the crappy pet store I had at the bottom of my hill growing up.
It's unbelievable. You see a fish being killed, you take it out.
Yes, you take it out and put it in a medical tank while it heals. And yes, there's a possibility there could be baby shrimps in the Rickia that I got from Frogs Fishing More. But I didn't put any in that tank that has the shrimplets, so I'm pretty sure it didn't come from that tank. Or from your plant, yes.
Oh, well, nevertheless, though, these shrimp, I thought I was buying blue shrimp. 5 blue shrimps. But they were so small, they were almost clear at the time. I mean, they were small. They all ended up being red.
Oh.
But I have now maybe 500, 600 of them.
Poof.
And they're in with swordtail, real swordtails, not swordtail guppies, but swordtails in a 125-gallon tank. I had one, oh my gosh, I had, even though half of them got killed by one loach. I took a loach from rack and it like destroyed every it first took out all the snails, which I didn't mind, but then it went into the shrimp population and it overate and died.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
But yeah, but he died happy.
I guess, yes.
I mean, I would much rather die on shrimp than snails. Eating.
So I also picked up another pair of Gardner Eye P82 killifish. I've got the pair from the Clash. Well, the original pair I got from the Clash has since died, but they keep mating over and over again. So I've got Lord knows how many offsprings by this point. But I put this pair in their own tank, and I'm hoping I can have another tank of them, and then I can actually split them when I need to, so the males don't kill each other. But I didn't really have a lot of fish. Most of what I got was plants. I was hoping Small World would have had some betas because she was breeding them herself, so she was selling them like $6 or $8 a fish, and I was just gonna recoup some of the fish that I've no longer got. But I might text Lisa and be like, "Hey, you got any rescues you want to rehome?"
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so there's another swap apparently coming up in August, also in PA, but this one is slightly more north, so it's closer. It's only like 3.5 hours away versus the 5 for the CCY thing.
Ouch.
So I might take a trip out there for that one too, just to have something to do on that day.
Is that in Gettysburg?
This one's in Mountaintop, PA, I think it is.
That sounds like Gettysburg.
And then
Go around top him.
Then the NEC apparently is going to have their 45th annual convention thingy here next April, out in Groton/Mystic, Connecticut. So that's only I'll probably be going to that since it's right here. How could I not go to it?
What was it called?
The NEC, the Northeast Conference.
Oh,
I don't know exactly what it is, but I think it's just a bunch of fish clubs that are together. John,
Well, that's really cool.
Summer. It is summer vacation, my guy. I don't have work until August 21st. And apparently, Jeremy, the guy who was in the Aquascape with us last year and does a lot of cooking at the CCY, he said that he took all those guppies home that I didn't want to bring home with me last year, to all the ones I was just getting rid of. He said they're doing crazy. He's got they're going crate in his tanks. So I was like, good for you. More to merrier. Have them.
We still haven't figured out how I got that one G'dayad.
I figured out how you got it.
Oh, it is one of yours?
Yeah, it's one of the. Was it the San Mar? Him was a San Marcos. I was packing up my stuff, and I had them on the table, and your box was next to the table, and you had me put my stuff in my box so no one stole them, or came by and just grabbed them. So then when I was taking them out, I forgot to grab that one fish.
It literally ate every single one of my shrimp and all of Carrie's guppies.
Blame Skull, it's his fish.
I'm gonna buy a girlfriend from him from Skull.
Yeah, those guys are
since
down
he's so
here.
healthy.
He's down here in this tank. They're going lovely, having babies. And then the Lima tigers that he also gave me, I've got one female that's huge, and there's babies all in there. Hey, fish rumor. So I'm kind of glad that he's right. They're super easy. I just I haven't even touched this tank. I just feed them. The one downstairs I feed, and I don't even do anything crazy. I don't even have a heater in this tank, so it just goes up and down with my room temperature.
Yeah, but Limias are going to enjoy that.
Yesterday when I got home, I realized that the air conditioner wasn't on, so it was a bit hot when I got home. So I'm hoping they were okay, but everyone's doing good.
My Limias are in a little too warm of water, but I've got tiger Limias also.
So we're using a cat bowl there.
It's a
little mixing.
Yeah, a little mixing bowl or something. Okay. I like using them for chips and popcorn and stuff, but now it's the perfect mold for this.
Oh.
So yeah, Peplin, I'm making your special loved one her thing right now.
I did have a pleco die on me the other day.
I had my Bishir die on me.
Oh.
But let's hear about yours first.
Well, the last short I posted was him because he was chilling. He was laying on the Java moss, and he's still breathing in the video. And then the next day I woke up, and I'm like, he didn't move. And he was face up this time, and I saw the coolie loaches were swimming all over him, and he wasn't budging. So I was like, well, that can't be good. So I did a little flick of the tank to see if he'd move. Didn't move. I poked him with tweezers. Didn't move. I'm like, oh, he's dead. So I finally got him out of the tank, and when I flipped him over, that's what his gut looked like.
Ew.
And I'm like, what the shoe is this? So I posted in Jason's Discord, and someone linked me to like green gut disease or something. And I read it, and I'm like, okay, well, I didn't switch his food. Nothing's changed in the tank. And I'm like, maybe he ate a small pebble or a small piece of something, and it got stuck in his stomach, and he just got a bacterial infection or something that way. And then I was even asking at the swap yesterday, and there's one guy who I asked Frogs Fishing More, and they were like, we've never seen that before. So they had me ask the dude next to them because he breeds a lot of plecos. He looked at it, he said, I have never seen that, but he doesn't usually deal with diseases. So I went outside to talk to Skipper, and he looked it up for me, and he came up with the same thing that the people in the Discord came up with. That it's some like gut disease from a bacterial infection. But I'm like, how would he get a bacterial infection? So I keep looking at the everything else in the tank is fine. The cories are fine. All the other bottom stuff is fine. So I don't know what the heck happened. Random stuff
Now,
like that you can't explain is what irks me.
yeah, it's a bummer, man. Well, it's like it really it's just very difficult. You know, you would think that there would be no fish diseases out there because everything is like always in its own little caves
Mm-hmm.
or tanks. But the problem is our fish get immune. The ones that survive it get immune to it.
Mm,
And then they are carriers, and we put them with other fish because they
right.
look healthy. They survive the quarantine tank. They get in with the new fish and they give it. It's kind of like how the smallpox in Native American Indians,
Mm-hmm. Hey, look at you.
you know. I firmly believe that because like uh I don't know who it was. Oh, Skipper. He lost a lot of fish from somebody that is an amazing fish keeper.
Oh,
And I know that their fish are healthy. It's probably just one of those deals where it was his fish was never exposed to it.
I need to be right back. We got fireworks going off. The dog is going crazy. Just give me like 2 minutes.
No problem. So it's coming along. I've got to slowly push it all the way down till all the clay is reaching that lip. And then I'm going to smooth out the cracks and then cut the mouth. And now, guys, I've got to figure out how to ship these. I've got 3 of them to send to Foxy that I made for her. And then I'm going to have this one. So I'm going to be sending 4 of these things to her. They're £1 each. That's exactly 1 pound of clay. So, but they're kind of brittle once they come out of the oven. So if anybody has a great idea, and I do sand it also after it comes out and it's hard, I find that you can use sandpaper and sand this clay to any shape you want. But why not make it as good as possible before you put it in the oven? But yep, 4th of July, guys, I don't have any big plans. Does anybody have any big plans? Oh, Peplin says he's just a pretty face. Well, we knew that. Hi there, Steven. How are you doing? Oh, a minute there that faked me out because I'm way behind and I saw Lefty was on this screen. There, I'll refresh. And Craig's Catfish Caves is in the house. He's the amazing guy. They probably don't. Craig, do you guys have any holidays during the 4th of July? I wonder if they have like do you guys have a special
Hey, Foxy.
Independence Day for Australia?
I know Canada Day was the other day.
Yeah, what? I went to Canada over the 4th once and they shot fireworks in Vancouver on the
Mm.
4th and Canadian Day.
Hey, Boots Cats, Boots
It was,
Cats.
it was pretty cool. Hi,
Not in
Boots Cats.
Australia. You don't have an
You don't have an
Independence Day from the
independence?
UK or something? No, no.
Maybe they didn't want to leave
True.
the
True.
what's it called? The Commonwealth. I think that's what they're called. Or was called. I don't know if the Commonwealth's still a thing or not. But they were good, loyal, or good partners during World War II. Because, I mean,
It's
well, I
true.
guess they were kind of being affected by Japan, possibly. But they were over there fighting in Europe, too, and they didn't need to be. But they cared about everybody else, so they came, which is really nice. Okay, I need to cut this.
Hey, Sketty and Nano Cry, what's going on?
I can't even find my knife.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I use this one. It's a sharper knife than I wanted. I have like a butter knife that I prefer to use because it's not serrated. Uh-oh, baby cat just walked in.
Uh-oh.
She's looking for Nico.
Oh.
Oh, she didn't see him. He's sleeping in her spot.
Hey, Bunny Viper.
Bunny Viper. Bunny Viper. So, have you seen any movies lately?
No.
I saw
I.
the new Indiana Jones.
How was that?
Oh, I enjoyed it. But it's just, he's old.
Well, wasn't it a prequel or something?
No,
Oh.
it's a wrap up.
Oh, okay. I thought I heard something that it was a prequel to like the very first one or something, or
No, they make reference to those, all of the movies in this one.
oh, okay.
And they have like people come back that were like in the original one that came out in like 82 or something.
Okay.
But I don't want to give
Ed
too
is
much of the story
making an
away.
axolotl cake. Boots cats.
Yeah, this is going to be given away on Roxanne or Foxy Fishes January, no, not January Christmas. July Christmas.
Yeah.
Gosh, I'm just ruining this all. I don't know.
I'm actually gonna pin that so we don't have to keep looking for it. Fishmas in July. It's now
Fishmas.
pinned
Yes.
at the top of the chat. So if y'all want to check out that video at your leisure, it's there for you now. Let's see. Oh, hello, Coro. Coro said just watched the D&D movie yesterday and it was surprisingly good. I've heard good things about it. Even if you don't like D&D, people said it's worth a watch. So I might have to see if
totally agree.
Let's see if it's on Amazon or something and give it a watch. What's this new Marvel thing that just dropped on Disney Plus?
Oh, I don't know. I have a Fire Stick, and Kenny from ABC gave me his pass to go on there. So I used to be able to watch everything, but I think my mom accidentally threw away the remote to my Fire Stick. So I haven't been able to watch. Oh, there's Foxanne right now.
Yes.
I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, I haven't been able to watch any Disney stuff for several months.
Oh.
So, and I feel bad asking Kenny for the password again if I do buy it.
I mean, I guess
maybe I should
throw you mine if you want it.
Oh, cool.
Why did they change the homepage? No, they didn't change the homepage. My thing's just being weird. Yeah, I thought there was a new Marvel or something that came out.
Well, they're getting ready for the superhero I hate the most.
Is it Secret Invasion, the one with just Fury in it?
Oh, that might be some show. I don't know.
It might be a show, yeah.
The next movie is gonna be Captain Marvel team or whatever. Team Marvel. And I, I've been not flawed, but when Stan Lee explained why he hated Captain Marvel, I accepted that and I thought it was a very good opinion. He didn't want an almighty superhero in the universe.
Correct.
So that's why he had her go into a coma, because he didn't want to kill her. But
right.
And then they hire this jerk face actress that I personally think she's a racist.
Trying to get me demonetized.
Well, when you refuse to do or take questions from a certain race, that's racist.
True.
And so I think she's racist and I don't like her. So, yeah, Brie Larson, you stink. Sorry, I didn't mean to get political or whatever, political.
The people
that's
would
not
like
a
to know
real
if you
word.
are painting the axolotl cave.
No, I use, I've made all this pink clay
Oh.
for the little things.
Oh, so you're making an actual cave that looks like an axolotl.
Yeah, the axolotls,
Okay.
it's
I
big enough
thought
for
you were
two
making
axolotls to get in there together and do their thing.
Okay. Okay. It
Let's
makes
get
more
it
sense
on.
now. I'm wrapping my head around what you're doing.
I could go get one that's done.
Now let's see. We'll keep working on this one.
Yeah, let's
when
keep going until we run out of time.
I shall see when you're all done with this. Got it.
But yeah, that's why I'm not going to watch Captain Marvel. They said that she actually would have given them an R rating for the stuff that she made them add to the movie that they took out. Because, like, she just broke a guy's arm for no reason and laughed about it. And she thought that'd be good to add to her movie, the original movie. So, I mean, she's just a stupid human being.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where I'm going with it.
Okay.
And I won't say any more.
Let's see. Linky said, are we planning on going to the Northeast Tropical Convention next year in Groton? It's a 3-day event, so I'm hoping to go at least one day. I'm going. I don't know if Ed will make the trek up to Connecticut for it.
I don't know. She will have to contact me later and remind me.
Wait until like December to mention it to Ed when it's closer.
Oinky, you can bring it up anytime you want.
But yes, I am planning on going Oinky just because it's only an hour away. Like, why? I can't not go. Will I get a hotel? Maybe not. Depends on who's going and if I'm going to be spending the night. But with it being that close, I could literally just take a snooze in my car or drive home and go back out the next day. Not that big of a deal. Or if Ed wants to come up, he can crash at my place and we can drive back and forth every day.
Oh, wow.
That way, neither one of us.
Would I be able to pet Copper?
You would get the pet Copper. And the kitty cats if they come out for you.
I won't bring a tweezer or a toe clipper. They'll probably like me.
What do you mean? They love me.
Oh, yeah.
The one loves me. The other one doesn't.
Nico's just sleeping.
Foxy says, how many axolotl heads fit in a box?
How big is the box? And are these adult axolotls? Or are they baby axolotls? I bet you I could fit a lot of axolotl heads in a box.
But no, like I said, when I got Disney Plus, it was for work because the kids wanted to watch stuff that was only on Disney. And I'm like, fine, I'll get it. But I watched all The Mandalorian, which was better than I was expecting.
I love The Mandalorian.
See, it seems like all the stuff that's like this TV series they make are good. The 3 movies they made were awful. And then,
well, that's because you have different people making them.
And then the Rogue One was amazing, but all the other stuff was awful. And now they want to make another movie with Rey.
Well, I like Rey. I just it's just a bummer that
I feel like they had so much source material to draw from. All the books and all the extended universe they could have gone to for 7, 8, and 9 that they just chose to throw out the window.
There is a chance that we might get a whole new 7, 8, and 9.
I heard.
Did you hear about this?
Yes.
Disney is down to, I think they said $45 million of liquid assets. And they may end up selling back to
Lucas.
Lucas.
Yes, I did hear
And if
that
they do that, it would be
because
amazing.
he was not happy either with
Well,
7, 8, and 9.
they ruined his storyline, and then they said all of his stuff, all the books that we've been reading our whole
Yeah,
life that was canon.
Yeah, they said, "Oh, this isn't canon anymore."
I mean, they should have done Boba Fett should have been from the book line, the
See,
Bounty Hunter Wars,
that was kind of
and it would have been
stupid
amazing.
that they made you watch that series before you could watch season 3 of The Mandalorian. Like the 2 episodes that focused on The Mandalorian and grew should have been the first 2 episodes of season 3 of The Mandalorian, instead of throwing them randomly in Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, well, and it's called Book of Boba Fett because everybody wanted the Bounty Hunter Wars, you know, and it's
Also, Foxy has a correction. How many axolotl caves will fit in a shipping box?
I don't know. What size shipping box?
Are we talking like a medium prepaid? How much? What are we talking like, Foxy? What tech stuff are we talking about in chat? I'm so lost. I haven't been keeping up with that conversation.
I'm like a huge Boba Fett fan, but as of right now, I'm more of a Mandalorian fan because of that. I don't like Boba Fett taking his helmet off all the time and talking.
Yeah, that is a little weird since he never took it off in the movies we saw him in.
And he also what else? It's like a different outfit.
It doesn't look like the original set of armor.
No, it's like black, and I understand that, you know, if you watch the series, it kind of got bounced around and stuff. But I don't know.
Foxy has another follow-up question. I just want to know what I owe you for shipping.
Who, me?
Yes, what is she going to owe you when you ship these things?
2 Black Moors.
Okay, there you go. I don't know. The Boba Fett storyline was just kind of weird too. Like him.
I
just
really like
over
that girl that he saves.
Yes,
I can't think of what her name is. That she's like an assassin, sniper rifle girl.
Yes, I know who you're talking about. Yes,
I can find out her name. I've got her in my game. I play with her all the time, and I've really juiced her up because she's so awesome.
But no, so I watched the Mandalorian seasons. I watched Book of Boba Fett because you kind of have to. And then I was like, you know what? I want to go back and start at episode 1, then watch Attack of the Clones, and then I'm going to watch the whole Clone Wars series. And then I'm going to watch episode 3.
Boba Fett just seems kind of wimpier.
Yeah.
Because, like, in Return of the Jedi, he mouths off to Vader. You know, because he goes to Vader and says, he's no good to me, Dad. And nobody mouths off to Vader. But Vader knew, Vader had hired him plenty of times in the past. He knew that Boba Fett was a badass.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that he would compensate him if he was dead. Anybody else, Vader would have said, did you just talk to me? You know? I mean...
Fennec Shand. Thank you, Oinky.
Oh, well.
Is medium mail like I'm pretty sure you could probably, depending on the size book, you just put in a bubble mailer and probably be fine. I don't think you need to specific. I just send everything first class mail now. I don't even bother with everything else.
Is Foxy still talking?
She said 2 bubble babies, got it. And then she followed that up with, we have 2 for Ed from last season, and they are chonky.
Well, and if she wants to bring him to the Clash, that's fine too.
Yes,
I'm going to be doing a lot of fish trading at the Clash. I've already talked to a couple of people that are bringing me fish to the Clash, and I'm bringing fish to the Clash.
Ah.
It's going to be a fun fish swap.
I thought the Bad Batch was okay. It wasn't that good.
Oh, I enjoy all the
It
cartoons.
was decent, but I don't like that I didn't realize that they weren't done with it yet. I thought it was done. So now I have to wait for the next season.
Okay, stop.
31 minutes.
Not bad. Now I still have to cook it and sand it and glue it.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go put it in the oven now. So let's take it out. Can you put the timer in for 25 minutes from now?
Yep.
I overcook everything that goes into the fish tanks just to make sure that there's no chemical left inside.
Okay.
It's supposed to be 15 minutes every quarter inch, and it's about a quarter inch, but I want to overdo it.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Alrighty. I want a pond so bad so I can have koi's or cute little goldfish. Hey George, what's going on? I am looking at maybe getting a stock tub though and putting it up on a hill in our yard. And then I might put like a solar pump or something in it just for movement along with like a netting on top just so nothing can get in there. If you're shipping in the US, I would suggest looking at Pirate Ship or Shippo. Both of those are partnered with all the shipping conglomerates, every single company you can think of, and they will give you a good rate on shipping and show you what all the different prices are. Oh, now my eye is acting up. Hang on, excuse me. I had to poke it because it was itchy, and now it's going to start watering. But yeah, I use Pirate Ship and Shippo when I was shipping stuff a lot. You can go on there, create your shipping label. It'll do international, it'll do domestic, and I've never had an issue with anything not getting sent out. And you'll pick like the company you want to go with, and say you want to ship it first class mail, it'll show you like all the different rates with all the companies. Or if you're going to be shipping a lot of stuff, you could, like Craig said, set up a company or a account with the shipping provider. So if you're going to be sending a bunch of stuff, you have FedEx and you have a business, you could go set up a thing with them. Oh, look, he brought back an Eco. Well, see, Foxy, it's not my yard, it's my folks. So we have a Nico. How's he doing?
Well, he wanted me to feed him dinner
Good.
just now because I went into the kitchen, but he's already ate today. And just because there's a possibility that he's sick doesn't mean he gets to eat all day long.
Okay.
So, but that means he still has an appetite.
Which is good.
Yes, very good.
They need
Very,
to get
very
rid of this stupid live react heart that they added to the chat.
I don't have it on my computer. I only have it on the telephone.
See, I only have it on my computer. I haven't noticed it on the phone yet.
What I hate about it is it covers up the chat.
Yeah, it covers
On the
okay,
phone.
I see it on the it's worse on the phone. I'm looking at it now. But even on the computer, it covers up people's chats. It's stupid.
But I like giving people hearts and saying 100%.
Oh, okay. Apparently I can turn it off. I didn't see the option to turn it off though.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I didn't either. Steven and Jenna just told me. I think this is the first stream I've done since they added it though, because I just started noticing it during John and Lisa's stream, I think, the other day. That was just a stupid place to put it. Put it down with the regular emote stuff. Like, it's just dumb there.
You know what? I've discovered something new about my body or about my brain. Yes. I figured out if I watch I normally watch Stephen P before I go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
And those are the nights I have dreams about him. He's in my dreams. I think I'm dreaming about the last person I watched.
Okay, that's possible.
because like on Wednesday nights, I generally am hanging out with the family. So then
Mm-hmm.
I watch stuff before I go to bed, and when he's always got his newest thing there. So I watch that and I go to bed, and then I dream about Stephen P doing something with him.
I already found it and turned it off. Thanks for letting me know I could turn it off. That could be possible, yes. Also, Silver Creek, if you're still here, you'll notice they haven't fallen down yet, and it's been a couple weeks. They're still hanging in there. So, good job. Thank you again to the kiddos. Just remember, Lapras is my favorite Pokemon, and then Ampharos is also a favorite, as is Leafeon and Glaceon. Just saying.
My favorite is Squirtle.
They did make me a Squirtle when he's right there.
Or Jiggly. I also
Don't
like
mention
Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff. I'll be asked to sing the stupid song again.
Jiggly. Have you ever brought my Pokemon that I made you win?
I just found it again because we had a tag sale last weekend. So it is still safely in the box you gave it to me in.
Oh.
But eventually I'll bring him up and stick him on my shelf of Pokemon items. Also, I have very sad news for you, Ed.
No.
Your Mollies did not like my water.
Oh.
And they decided to keel over.
The wild mollies?
Yeah.
Was it not hard enough?
Maybe I even put crushed coral in when I got home, just so they'd have it in there too. So I don't know.
I should have told you to put some marine salt in there too.
I didn't even think to do that.
Because these guys were mineral mollies. I mean, they came out of mineral water, and they were super high. I mean, it was like ocean level, but not with salt. Minerals.
I mean, they hung in there for a while, and then all of a sudden, I just looked in there when I went to feed them, and I'm like, "Where'd they go?" And then I saw them.
Yeah, I drop a little bit of salt in my tank every so often. They're in a 55 now because I wanted a bigger tank because they're just too many for a 20 long. And the plants are still doing fine, but I drop a little bit of salt in there every so often just to keep their minerals up. I bet that's what killed those apple snails I had in there. I had 2 apple snails in there forever, and they both just bellied up finally.
Oh.
And I don't know why they both died at the same time.
Why do I... Sorry, I just found a random box, and I'm like, why do I still have this box?
I should put my devil thorns in there because they like the salinity.
Foxy was like, "You gave snails salt?"
Hey, man. Yeah, I didn't think about it. When I was a little kid, I used to give slugs a lot of salt.
Didn't everybody though?
I don't know. It was pretty funny.
So yeah,
gross.
I don't know. They just didn't like me. I'm sorry.
There's Melvin and Huawei.
Hello. I threw something out. Are you happy?
Can you do the spinning of the wheel?
Sure. Let me go over here and find them. Oh wait, did I have the wrong tab? You
guys, I haven't done the wheel spinning for a while. My brain may be mush.
Okay, movies.
Have you seen the G.I. Joes I'm making?
Yes. You got any new ones?
I have Road Pig. I haven't got his missile done yet. But I decided in the 80s he didn't have a mask or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But this Brock Lesnar had a really stupid smile. So I gave him a gas mask for the bottom part.
Oh, wait, what?
And then I made it a pig color.
Okay.
Because he's Rogue Pig. And then I'm going to do a red tattoo around his head because he had a red circle tattoo around his head.
Mm-hmm.
But I was going to also do red on the wings on the missile.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how he's come out with his giant shoes. And then Monkey Wrench, I still need to do his little shooting device on his wrist. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what he's got, maybe a little sleeping dart. But he
Okay.
also has all these grenades. Or maybe he can throw his grenades out there and he shoots a little dart and it blows the grenades up. I don't know. He has some C4 on his back. I made these cool glasses for him. I gave him
That
steel
was
toe
very nice.
shoes and cool pants. And then where's
Hey,
Zanzibar?
Crystal.
Oh, and then I think you've seen Zanzibar. He's the pirate.
Ah, yes.
But I really think all these GI Joes will never be made, at least at the pace that they're making them currently right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, because they're obscure characters and they're all bad guy dreadnoughts.
Oh.
But do you know who the dreadnoughts were?
No.
They're like Zartan's militia guys that live in the
Okay.
swamp, and they're all like crazy Mad Maxy type guys. Mad
Oh.
Max dudes.
Alrighty. Let me get the wheels over here.
Oh, what did Oinky just say? Oinky probably really likes my rogue pig.
Road Pig and all the dudes looking cool. Suspect they were not super easy. Barely ending. Okay. And we got the wheels. We'll do decades first.
Yeah.
See what we get.
Decade first.
So for those that don't know, when Ed and I started, we used to do movie stuff all the time. So we made these wheels and we spin it by the decade and then the genre of the movie. And then we have to try and think of a movie that fits those decades. So if it comes up as 2000s, we have to do 2000 to December of 2009. 2010 does not count.
Why is
It's
there
also
only one
never
red and
landed on
four
Chat's
whites?
choice before. Darn, it's not going to be Chat's choice. Oh, it might be the decade before I was born? Or 2 decades before I was born? All right, I think it's stopping on 70s.
70s. Oh.
Hey,
Okay.
Shelby. So we've got 70s.
Shelby.
And Aqua Garden Zen. What's going on? Let us see what movie genre we will get now.
I get my 70s and 60s mixed up a lot. And I shouldn't have said that because I'll probably not get them. I'll probably do worse. So, but how does it like randomly select these colors? It's so weird. There's two
Yeah,
yellows next to each other.
it just does it based on something I honestly don't know.
I honestly like it because it's just a little nut for chaos in my life.
Yeah, it has never once landed on Chat's choice, which is unfortunate. Okay.
You know what we ought to do? We ought to have another wheel that has an actor's name on it.
Oh God, that'd be awful. So I think it landed on random, which means we get to pick any movie from the 70s that we want.
Best movie from the 70s. I already know it.
Oh.
There's some classics.
I mean,
but my personal favorite movie, or it's definitely my top 3 favorite movies of all time.
I mean, didn't a Star Wars come out in the 70s?
It did.
Is that your movie?
No.
Oh, I'm just gonna go with A New Hope.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Jaws.
Okay, I figured you might go with something like that.
Jaws is my one of my top 3 favorite
Where
movies
your
of all
life
time.
is going on?
Now I put the Lord of the Rings all together as one movie, but they're amazing.
There's
and I
actually
really
a
like
lot
this.
of good ones from the 70s.
Oh well, yeah. I don't mean the Lord of the Rings cartoon though, from the 70s. But yeah, I mean, you also have you got a lot of classics. I mean, you also have Godfather. The original Godfather was
Superman movie.
Yeah. I just never cared for the Superman
Star
movie.
Trek the motion picture, the one we don't talk about because it was god awful. Planet of the
Was
Apes.
was the original Twilight Zone in that? I don't remember when the original Twilight Zone movie.
I don't know. There was a Wonder Woman movie.
A Wonder Woman movie?
Yeah. Just called Wonder Woman from 74. Not rated.
I want to see what this looked like.
The Borrowers was a 70s movie? Really? It's a good movie.
What one?
The Borrowers. Kathy Lee Crosby played Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman from 1974. Whoops, I have to push the button. Wonder Woman from 1974, the movie. Oh my gosh, you look terrible.
Yeah, don't look the best.
That's so funny.
It's gonna play anyway. Let's hope this. I can just cut this part out. But yeah, what is she wearing?
I don't know.
It got a 4.6 out of 10 on IMDb.
Oh, nuts! I was hoping you were going to say out of 5. Let's do the top 10 greatest movies of the 70s. Top 10 best movies made in the 70s.
Willy Wonka.
Godfather's. Yes. Okay, so yeah, that's a good one too. But Google rates The Godfather is the #1 movie in the 70s. My movie, Jaws, #2. Taxi Driver, #3.
Okay.
See, I don't like those type of shows. Godfather, I don't even really care for a whole lot either. I know, guys. It's just I don't like rooting for bad guys. The Exorcist.
Sorry, I meant Beneath the Planet of the Apes. That was a 70s movie.
Apocalypse Now.
That's a good
American
one.
Graffiti. Talking about great movies by Harrison Ford. The Sting. That's all right. Alien. That was a good one. The French Connection.
Actually, all the original
Clockwork
Planet of the
Orange.
Apes came out in the 70s other than the original. Personally, I liked Battle for the Planet of the Apes. That was a good one.
Clockwork Orange is like the highest rated
Richard
adult movie ever. Or it was like the first big rated X-rated movie or whatever, because it was just, what it was. Okay. Rocky. 1976.
Grant.
I was thinking Rocky was 1982.
Oh.
Annie Hall, The Deer Hunter, Chinatown, Dog Day Afternoon, All the President's Men. Here's one that I like. Gosh, I can't even say Halloween. The Badlands? I don't know what the Badlands are. Oh, I'm sorry, Nick.
Don't know that one.
Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. The Godfather 2. The Network. Dirty Harry. My gosh. 2 of my favorite movies of all time. Blazing Saddles and Young Frankenstein.
Oh.
Love both of those movies. Mel Brooks movies were amazing. Gene Wilder, though, wrote Young Frankenstein, but that's the only movie that Mel Brooks didn't write that he directed. And Gene Wilder said he would be in Blazing Saddles if he would direct his movie, and they made the deal. And I just found out that it was supposed to be Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor, but Richard Pryor just got a DUI or something like that, and the studios were afraid to have him on there. So that's why they got the other guy. But it was Richard Pryor's friend, and Richard Pryor still helped make the movie. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that Richard Pryor, had a big part of it, and nobody even knew that. Classic movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I'm still taking Jaws as one of my top 3 movies of all time. Is there any big movies coming out that you're looking forward to seeing?
I don't really keep up with the movies so much. I just when they come up, I see them. The only I don't even know what's coming out recently, or what's planning on coming out.
Well, Indiana
Hey,
Jones was the
3G.
big one this month, but The Flash was awfully good. I enjoyed that quite a bit. The Meg Part 2, I love the books. They have nothing to do with the movies. I mean, you the only thing that's the same is from the books to the movies is Jason Statham's character's name is the same guy in both movies in books, and it's a megalodon.
Yeah.
And it's the trench. It's but I still enjoyed it for what it was. You know, I enjoyed that movie. So I'm definitely going to go see Meg Part 2. Let's see when that comes out. Movie's coming out in July. Oh, this just says movies coming out in 2023. Movies coming out next month. Okay, we got Megalodon. Ooh, Blue Beetle. I really like the new Blue Beetle.
Wait, was that a TV
It's
show or was that a movie?
it was a TV show, I think in the 60s or
I think I saw that. That I'm remembering that.
but they revamped him kind of in the Batman series, and the scarab attaches to a younger kid. He's kind of like Shazam, you know, where it hits the younger guy and he becomes a super powerful guy. And they're really going it with the same storyline from the Batman series, and I really like that. I'm super stoked about that one.
Okay.
I don't know what these other ones are. They don't have names. Oh, it's a Netflix. Mila Jovanovic is going to be in something, but it doesn't have the name. Oh, is this The Equalizer? Woohoo! Equalizer 3. I really like those movies. With Denzel Washington.
Okay.
I think he's an awesome equalizer. So I'm stoked about that. So I'll definitely be
Mission
seeing.
Impossible.
Yeah, I don't know when's the Mission Impossible one come out.
Let me see.
There's a Babylon 5 movie coming out.
There's a Trolls movie coming out. Oh, the Hunger Games prequel. That's coming out this year.
Did you ever see Babylon 5?
I did see Babylon 5. It was good.
They're making a movie, I guess.
They remade Haunted Mansion. That's coming out this year.
Yeah, I don't know if
Dune Part 2. Didn't see Dune Part 1. When is this coming out? July 12th, the Mission Impossible movie comes out.
That's cool. There's a Nicolas Cage one.
Hey, Science Guy, what's going on? The Hunger Games prequel comes out in November. It's all about how Snow got to where he was, I believe, if I remember correctly. There's a Wonka film coming out in December focusing on a young Willy Wonka and when he meets the Oompa Loompas.
Oh, wow. I wonder who's playing the role.
Let's see. Timothée Chalamet, I think.
Oh, there's going to be another Insidious movie, I think.
Yes, I saw that. So, yes, Timothée Chalamet is playing the young Willy Wonka. Rowan Atkinson is in it. Hugh Grant plays an Oompa Loompa.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
The new Aquaman movie comes out this year.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Did they redo Amber Heard's spots, or is she going to actually be in it?
I thought she was going to be in it. Let me see if she's
Yeah,
listed on the. Amber Heard is
there's a
excited for Aquaman too. I'm very honored to be a part of the franchise. So I'm assuming they
she's
kept
probably
her in
hoping
it.
that they'll invite her back again. From what I heard,
Uh,
they were talking about delaying
yeah,
it and deleting her.
she's still in it. That
Talk
is,
about
I agree with
self-destructive
Silver
people.
Creek that Gene Wilder will
Agreed.
always be Willy Wonka.
Yeah, Gene Wilder is one of my favorite actors of all time. I absolutely love him.
Captain America: Brave New World apparently is coming out.
Captain America?
Captain America.
Is it Falcon and
Oh, that's coming
Winter
out
Soldier?
next year, though.
Oh.
Uh,
I really wish
wait.
Chris Evans would come back as
That
Captain
is your
America because
timer for
it's
your cooking, Ed. Yep, that was the sound. I'm sorry. Harrison Ford. I gotta wait for Ed to get back. Harrison Ford is in the movie. Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross. Okay. Interesting. So yeah, I've decided I'm going to break this tank down. I'm going to rank it down, move everything out of it, put it in the 40 breeder. And then I think I'm going to bring the 17 up from the Clash last year, put it there, maybe convert it into a salt tank, or use the 20 I have downstairs from school and turn that into a salt tank. If I can get them both to fit, I might just put both 17s on that since I'm going to keep my tank from the Clash this year too. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Prequels are hard. They either succeed or they just fall flat on their asses. I feel like I was going to say like the only time it really worked was Star Wars, but excuse me, I'm trying to think of another time. I thought he had a turtle. He just has potholders. All right. You'll never guess who is a cast member of the new Captain America movie.
Chris Evans?
Harrison Ford.
Yeah, it won't be long. I didn't mean it to sound so negative, but he's not going to be a main character, I'm sure.
Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross. That name ring a bell?
No.
Hey,
Captain Ross.
Kenny, what's going on?
Kenny. It's awfully hot. Now, I should not be holding this knife like this with my blood then, but I am anyway.
Okay. Apparently he is a character that has showed up in the Hulk. He's been played by William Hurt in Black Widow. He's been played by Sam Elliott in the Hulk movie. Clancy Brown played him in Hulk and the Something.
Is he going to become the Red Hulk?
I'm wondering if maybe he's just like one of those like code name characters where they can switch him in and out. Yes, he was in Red Hulk.
Going to be in Red Hulk.
He was in Betty Ross, Red Hulk, Abomination, Rick Jones.
Oh, the comic book Red Hulk, but not the movie Red Hulk.
No. I think it was only in a couple movies, but all the other stuff. So yeah, doesn't even look like Harrison Ford. What? He's got a mustache. He just looks weird.
He's quite an actor.
It'll be interesting to see how they do it.
Oh.
There's some movie coming out called Fuck Me Richard. I don't know what that's about. Apparently,
know
it's
if
a
that's
short film.
is it like a 15-minute one that'll be on Pornhub?
It says, recovering from a broken leg, a romance-obsessed loner finds himself swept up in passionate, long-distance love affair. Richard is perfect in every way except that he may be a scammer. There's only 3 cast members to this movie.
Sounds like a Pornhub movie.
So, it's an Australian film, so maybe Craig has seen it. Who knows?
Poor Craig.
I know no one else here watches it, but the Black Clover movie comes out on Netflix.
Is that
Anime.
Cloverfield?
No, it's an anime movie.
Oh yeah, let's don't talk about that. I'm just teasing. My brother pulled out a game out of his back of his car, and it was the Goonies game, and he asked me if it was mine.
Hmm.
And I'm like, dude, I've never even watched the Goonies. He's like, what? He didn't believe me.
Wow.
Just shows he never watches my shows. Well, right now, Nico's asleep.
Well, that's good.
Yep. Baby cat's asleep and Bobo's asleep. All of them are asleep. They're probably like, why aren't you in your bed so we can lay on you?
Yeah,
right now?
it's midnight, Dad. Why are you still up?
So, did Copper stop barking?
So, for whatever reason, my room is his safe haven. So, he's fine. He's asleep on the bed now. But these
He
next
must
couple
be his
days be
protector.
rough because, fireworks everywhere.
You're his hero.
I think, well, his cage used to be in my room too when he was a puppy. So, I think he's just used to it. Hey, Mountain Greenery, what's going on?
Mountain Green.
Oh,
Too hot.
Craig, there was a short film created in Australia called Fuck Me Richard about a person recovering from a leg injury that falls in love with a long-distance scammer. We were wondering if you've seen it, since it was country of origin, it's Australia.
I wonder if the long distance scammer is from India.
Possible.
Because that's where they seem to call us all from. I know we're not supposed to talk politics, but I wish somebody in our government would do something about phone scammers from other countries.
I think they've tried. The best they came up with was telling people to sign up for those stupid lists. But I know Congress
they
has
don't work.
mentioned it before. No, they only work for a certain amount of time.
They need to tell China that we're going to intercept these calls and we are going to have to take care of it ourselves if you guys don't go and take care of it. Because they are scamming millions from senior citizens. My mom and dad get called nonstop all day long.
See,
and I have to tell my mom, hang up.
Yeah.
Hang up.
She
doesn't want to because she doesn't want to be rude.
Oh my goodness. We have AT&T and we've had the option for a while now. You can, if a number calls you, and of course you don't pick it up, but if it is a scammer, we can just block the numbers now on our phones. We don't have to worry about it. And then it's blocked for like the whole account. So if I get a call and it's a spam and I block it, it won't come up on my folks' phones either.
But the problem is they do this penny back thing where they use the number of the last person they called. And it makes it so it looks like they're calling you instead of the actual scammers. So you're basically just
See,
blocking
we haven't
people
gotten
in
that
your
in a
community.
while. Mine are all just
I get-
random numbers from all over the country that I've never spoken to people from before.
Oh, I get Missouri ones all the
There's
time.
been a couple times where my aunt has called us being like, hey, did you guys just call us because your name showed up on our TV? And we're like, no. Or like our own house number will call us. Which, who is doing fireworks at midnight? Hey, you're okay. You're okay.
You can give him a hug.
Cover. You're okay. Go back to sleep. It's okay. It's okay. No, you want me to come get you? Okay.
But yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I just have no sympathy for those spammers calling our old senior citizen, or I shouldn't say old, but our senior citizens, because it's not cool. And they call more than senior citizens, but they're taking advantage of our seniors in this country, and it's horrible. And nobody seems to care. And I'm sorry that I went politics on your show.
I don't think it's that nobody cares. It's that there's no money in it because there's no lobby for it.
Yeah.
Oh,
but it would make America a better place to live in if we didn't have scammers.
Okay. Yeah, you're okay.
It's too hot.
I like the
These have
people on
cooled
YouTube
down.
that mess with the scammers too. There's some
Oh, I
voice
love
actors
them.
that like they'll get them and they'll mess with them.
Yeah,
Hey,
they're
okay.
amazing.
That is very true, Liquid.
That is so weird. This was so hot, the inside.
Mm-hmm.
I took a wet paper towel and I like put wet water in there and it's all evaporated.
That do tend to happen. You know, you're very heavy on this arm. Could I put you on the other arm? Or could I perhaps move my microphone over and you can rest on my desk?
See, Matt just said the FCC has done a ton of fighting spam callers. But there's but when they moved overseas there was only so much they could do. You know, you're so right. But yet I think we should just cut off trade. I mean, I know it would hurt, but I just think it should be done. Something. Our government needs to step in. And if it means setting up a system where only American phone calls, America can only call each other easy. I know that would suck because then that's kind of a communist system. But I don't know. Do something. We got to fight it somehow.
I mean, most of the scammers, though, I don't know why people go through with it.
Oh, but they're old and they don't know.
You don't, yeah, but
some of them are going senile.
I don't know. When I hear some of these stories, I'm like, you didn't know not to do this when they called you? Like, my aunt was on her computer a couple years ago, and she got a pop-up saying your computer is infected. Click here to fix it. She clicked on it. She gets a phone call. So like, hey, we're from blah, blah, blah. Install this on your computer so we can, remote access it and show you what to do. Oh, and by the way, give us your credit card number. She's like, okay, no problem. And she gave it to them. And I'm sitting here listening to this, and I'm like, you need to call your credit card company right now and get that thing canceled because you just 100% got scammed. She's like, what do you mean? They were super nice. They got rid of the stuff that was on my computer. It's running better. I'm like, you need to delete that card, Call them, tell them to cancel it, get a new card, take that stuff off your computer because those people are going to be watching everything you're doing now. And then she didn't listen to me, and then she got like a $5,000 charge on her card.
Yep.
But like the ones I don't get is when they call and they're like, so and so, we kidnapped so and so, you need to give us money. And I'm like, if somebody was kidnapped, your relatives would have called you already, and the FBI would be at your house if they're expecting you to get a phone call about it.
Well, my mom's never got those either.
Or the emails where it's like, you're blah, 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 is like kidnapped in Nigeria. Send us $5,000 if you want to see them again. Like, what?
Well, normally everything that my mom gets is insurance based. It's all about their Medicare or insurance or something like that. And it's scams.
My neighbor gets a lot of calls from not Amazon. So she hates Amazon because she thinks it's them calling her all the time about an account she has and owing them money. And no matter how many times we tell her, we're like, that's not Amazon. That is a scammer. Amazon's not going to call you and tell you that you owe them money. Well, that Amazon needs to stop calling me. We're like, it's not Amazon calling you.
I get a text about once a month saying that my Netflix account has been hacked.
I get those every now and then.
They're going to turn my Netflix off. I haven't had Netflix in 5 or 6 years.
Or like I'll get the ones that say like, we couldn't verify your payment this month. We're locking out your account. So I just log into my Netflix and look at that. And I'm like, everything's fine. Nothing's going on. Or I look at the emails. There was one time my mother had ordered me something and she wanted to check the tracking. So she used my laptop and went on her email address and clicked what she thought was UPS. It wasn't a UPS link. And then I ended up getting a virus on my computer. And then I looked at the email. I'm like, Mother, this isn't even a real UPS email. Because if you expanded the email, it was like 50 characters long. I've gotten the car extended warranty call. It's not the only one I usually get. And then I just end up blocking them because I don't care. If I don't know the number, I don't answer the phone. I wait for them to leave a message.
Yep.
And now Xfinity, if we get a house call and it's been like reported to them that it's spam, it just says spam. So we don't even answer it.
Yeah. I like it when it says spam. But yeah, I know it's probably so hard to try to track all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't even know how they'd go about stopping a lot of it. Yeah, no one really ever called. The only people that usually call me on my cell phone are Skipper, Ed, and Lisa. Or my boss. That's about it. So if I hear the phone going off, I'm like, who is that? And then if I don't recognize it, I don't pick it up.
What about your mom or dad?
Usually mom will text me. She won't call me.
Oh gosh, I wish I could teach my mom and dad how to use text messages. They just have no clue.
Hey, Caleb Shirley, thank you for being a new subscriber. Hope you enjoy the stay. This isn't a typical thing. Usually Ed and I stream Friday afternoons, but we decided to do a late night pop-up here tonight. So welcome. Hope you enjoy. We're just kind of hanging out, chilling. Feel free to ask us questions if you got any, or you just want to enjoy the conversation. It's pretty chill.
Yeah, and we will talk fish.
We will, yes. Ed is currently making a axolotl cave. He's already baked it in the oven.
Yeah, for some reason, this one's having a hard time releasing.
Uh-oh. Did it cook for too long?
Well, I normally have my pocket knife, and it works perfect for pulling the suction out because it's real thin and strong.
Mm-hmm.
But it's another thing. Okay, when I hurt my back,
yes,
my mom really wanted to do something for me to be nice.
Did she organize your supplies?
She cleaned my craft room.
Oh, no.
And like I had like teeth on here that I had made for one of my statues. I made a black moor for Matt's
Mm-hmm.
wife. I can't think of what her name is. I'm sorry, Matt. But for Matt's wife, and look, she took all my little statues that were on the
Oh.
table and put them in a 5-gallon bucket, which wasn't too bad. But then she forgot they were in there, and she started dropping like wrenches and pliers and things on
Oh.
top of everything. And like I've already had to just rebuy paint. I can't find the paint anywhere that was on my desk that I was in the process of using. Oh, just so
That sucks.
just trying
Well,
to help.
my one time I went away and my folks were like, "Hey, let's clean his room for him while he's." I think it was the first Aquashella I went to, and they're like, "Let's clean it," because it wasn't messy, but to them it's messy. So they came in and they cleaned. I'm not joking. It took me 6 months to find stuff again because they just put stuff places, and I'm like, "Ha, wait, what? This doesn't make sense." They're like, "Well, it was messy." I'm like, "I could tell you exactly where everything was on my desk. Now I can't find it."
Yeah.
All right, we do have Caleb keeps deleting his question. I believe his question is going to be, what would you put in a 75-gallon tank? But it keeps getting deleted. So
Right
let's
now,
wait and
in
see.
my 75-gallon tank that I've set up, I'm going to be setting up a second one here soon. I have one angelfish. I was literally it's in my kitchen. I was looking at him thinking, I really need to add my Cory cat colony to this tank
Boots
because it's
Cat said,
pretty
"Do you think
stupid.
putting ice in the bowl would help? Like if you cooled the metal down, would it contract enough?"
Well, now it's cooled down, but normally when I take my Swiss Army knife and it's real thin but strong,
Mm-hmm.
and I just slightly pry it, it just pops right off.
Oh,
The problem is all I have is this,
it's not
which is
long
too
enough.
weak, and this is too fat. It's too thick,
Oh,
and I've cracked it already once that I'm gonna have to glue and fix.
oh.
So it's a real struggle.
All right, let me read us the full question here. It said, "What's the best fish for a 75-gallon tank?" I used it as a beta sorority. I had over 78 fish in a building. Sadly, the building burnt down and all the tanks were destroyed, and only the 75-gallon lasted. Well, first of all, I'm sorry that your building burnt down. That cannot be fun for anybody. 75-gallon tank. I have not personally gone up that high. I don't know what kind of fish you enjoy personally. I think if I had a 75, I would probably at this point, I think I might do African cichlids and put some mbunas in there. All different kinds of mbunas I think would look nice in a 75.
I had a lot of Africans in a 125, and it was really sweet. Um, I would go maybe rainbows.
Okay.
Have a bunch of rainbows because it's in a 75. It's not, they're just they're a 55, but they're deeper. So that's what's cool about them. My other 75. I'm gonna put my bichers, my two ornate bichers in
Mm-hmm.
until they get too big, and I have to buy them a bigger tank. But for
Um,
now, they'll be in there probably for a few years.
if you want something more exotic, you could do like a puffer. Like you could do some Amazon puffers because those you can put in a group of like
Ooh,
6. I've heard you might be able to get away
yeah.
with those if you want something different that people might all have. Or honestly, my go-to is always going to be a community tank. Just a bunch of tetras, corridoras, snails, catfish, rasboras. Just throw it all in there and let it look beautiful.
Yeah. There's nothing matter with having a bunch of little fish in a
So
big
it's going to
tank.
depend if you want a bunch of little fish, a few medium-ish fish, or like one big honking fish.
Oh, Oinky says she can't say blood parrots in a 75. They're too active and fly around like my. Okay, so she's not saying blood parrots.
Because like you could technically do a flower horn in a 75
Yeah, a single flower horn.
if you just want one big old fish in there.
And you never know how big those flower horns are going to get. Some get
Yeah.
monstrous and some say small.
Like you'd be surprised, like if you do a big, like people say, 5, 6 tetras for a tank, but when you start getting up into like big giant schools, you'd be surprised how the interaction with the fish is completely different when they have such a big school to work with. So you could do a 75 of just like one kind of tetra if you wanted, and have it just look beautiful with that and some plants.
Yeah, Jason from Primetime was talking about how he bought a whole mess of Congo tetras. He was at
I love
a
Congo.
one like a Petco, and
Mm-hmm.
they were selling them for $10 a piece.
Whoa.
And he ended up buying them all. And I would love to see a lot of Congos in a 75.
Yeah, 'cause
I
I can't
wonder if the
remember.
Congos would eat the eggs of the cory cats.
They haven't tried to eat any of the snail eggs, but that could be different. At least the ones I
I've
have.
never. Yeah, snail eggs have that slime. Protects them from a lot of fish. But um man, I might do that myself. I might buy some
Um,
Congos and put them in there with the cory cats in that 75 in my kitchen. What temperature do you keep your cory or your Congos in?
they're in my community tank, which I keep at about 77. That's typically my happy range for most of my community tanks. Not too hot, not too cold.
Man, I really wish I had my pocket knife. This is driving me crazy.
Don't worry, I paused the timer so we're not adding time. Oh,
Yeah, normally this is really a quick process.
the boy is now sleeping at my feet. So yeah, Caleb, do you like the smaller fish? Do you like medium, or do you like the bigger cichlid kind of fishes? Do you have a preference, or do you not care? It's like my biggest tank's a 40 breeder, which I have.
Breeders are a nice tank.
I think it's my favorite footprint for my current what I have, because it gives you a nice wiggle room for doing some nice scaping and stuff to it.
Yeah.
But 140 has African cichlids, altambunas in it, which just means they're rock dwelling fish, and then this here is just a mishmash of community. I've got 2 kinds of cory cats in it. I've got Fristilla tetras, rummy nose tetras, lamp-eye tetras, glass bloodfin tetras. I've got zodiac loaches. It's got an eel in it, Indian peacock eel, I believe. It's got what else? It's got snails in it. It's got plecos in it. It's got Hemiotis gracilis, if I'm saying that correctly. Wild caught fish from South America. So it's just kind of a mishmash of a bunch of different things. That's personally what I like the best. Boots Cat said, did you spray the bowl with anything? Do you usually prep the bowl, or is it usually easier to get off?
I don't. I'm gonna have to check next time I do this, because all the times I've done this before, I've had no problem. But like I say, that pocket knife is really, it's flat and super
It's
strong,
the perfect
and
tool.
I can stick it in and pry it. It's all about the tools, and my
Yeah.
tools are terrible today. But I'll look to see if if the different types of cooking sprays are fish tank safe.
Oinky said this is a standard 75 breeder, because that would make a huge difference. Yeah. What good plants for tanks? That all depends. If you're keeping something like the African cichlids, plants are typically a no-go. I've gotten away with hairgrass and val before if I feed them every day. If I don't feed them, they will eat my plants. If you're new to plants, I'm going to say Anubiuses are super easy to take care of. Bacopa is my favorite stem plant. Super easy. I can keep that. It all depends. George, I think we'll go until Ed finishes this if he can get it off. But I am, as you can see, getting very tired. So
I'm sorry. I'm almost completely cleared this out. Oh, come on now. Oh, just a little more. I'm bending my little blade.
Oh no.
It's like the last inch.
All right, George is going to go after us, Ed. So
Okay. Well, give me another 5 minutes at least. What
okay.
time is it?
It's 12:25.
Okay, let's stop at 12:30.
Okay, we can do that. George, 12:30
And
will be done.
if I can't, if this one doesn't work out, we're gonna make a new one.
It's so close.
Oh my
Foxy said
gosh, this has never
Foxy said it
happened.
means this one's worth more.
Well, let's see how many cracks are in it. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
Caleb, there's lots of people that go live all the time, so make sure you check out everybody. Most of the people in chat probably have gone live at one point or another, and we usually tell people who's going next. What about, like, would you have one of the aquascaping paddles, like for moving your sand and substrate around? That's no problem, George. If Ed can't get it off, we'll stop. If he can get it off, maybe we'll let him finish it. I don't know how much more he's got to do. Okay, more of a morning show person. All right. I've watched.
Great idea.
Okay.
Never
I'm
used.
hoping that
Grant
might be
gave this
strong
to
enough.
me.
I don't know how
Gotta
durable
be. I mean,
it is.
It feels really durable.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at mine. I'm like, hey, that might be thin enough, but still strong enough to get in there. Well, thank you, Caleb. I appreciate it. Yeah, last summer I was up there a lot with Jess, but then I work in a school, so when she's streaming, I'm usually busy.
Oh yeah, Caleb is one of our students.
Okay. But yeah, Jess was actually here earlier, so I'm sorry you missed her. Let's see. Winky said, Caleb, what's your favorite kind? What kind of fish will you have in the tank? So far, my favorite is dwarf water lettuce. I don't have to worry about it. Oh, yes. Floating plants are good too. If you don't mind floating plants, honestly, duckweed is super easy and it'll help you keep stuff down. I personally like dwarf water lettuce, red root floaters, and then water spangles are the three that I like the most that I think are super easy.
I can't get water or red roots to grow in my water.
Ruh-roh. So yeah, if you go the African cichlid route, you wouldn't unfortunately be able to do plants.
Yeah, but I have done. You can do planters. Do you have cats, Caleb? If you don't have cats, you can grow things above it. You could take pothos and make a little pot and float it, and the pothos roots will clean it. Incredible, like a water plant, but it'll be outside the tank, and it'll go crazy because it loves to drink that water, and it'll pull all the stuff out of it. You can also try a sweet potato.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you can get a sweet potato from like a farmer's market, not one from a grocery store, because a lot of times the grocery stores will knock all the eyes off of them, which is the little bumps where the roots are going to come out of.
Yep.
So if you can get one with a bunch of bumps, it'll grow even quicker. We've grown them from the market.
Potato from the store.
Yeah, my mom just did too.
And then we planted it, and we got a couple of small ones off, and nothing crazy. But
I bet you could do an avocado too, but I don't know what type of root systems they put in. What's awesome about the sweet potato is it has a great root system for fry to hide. Of course, you're not going to have to worry about that because you got cichlets. So you're going to probably want to put it in the last few episodes. I made a thing for Whip for his African or for his I don't know, whatever big ass. Sorry, I shouldn't say big ass. Whatever big fish he has.
You're welcome, Caleb. Like I said, normally Ed and I stream at 5 Eastern on Fridays.
Yeah, and Lefty's a school teacher too.
So if you're not doing anything, you want to hang out, that's next time you probably see us live. We occasionally will randomly do them, but not so much these days.
We've been so busy.
Yeah, I'm also finishing up my third master's, so I will get busy again in
Oh my gosh.
September-ish, and then come October, I'm going to start a grind to get a master's done in, well, the core class is done in 6 months so that I can start student teaching in the spring, which is going to take all of my free time. I basically have to finish a class a week. So that's not going to be fun. Y'all may not see me for a while.
But Caleb, Lefty is also a cool guy. He knows everything about Pokemon.
I do know a lot about Pokemon.
So, Caleb, do you know anything about Pokemon? Let's see if he can bust you. Does anybody out there know, before we leave, can anybody ask Lefty a trivia question about Pokemon? Does Ash have eyeballs?
Yes.
In what episode do you see his eyeballs?
The first one?
He opened his eyes in the first one?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought his eyes were always shut.
Yes, Mike. I'm finishing my third master's in September and starting my fourth one in October.
Oh, wait, not Ash. What's the tall guy's name? Brock.
I think
Does
those
he
are
ever
his
open his
eyeballs.
eyes?
Those are open.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think Brock is blind.
Oh, so this is a trick question, Caleb, because if you're the first Pokemon ever made, if we're using made as in man-made, is Rhyhorn. Whereas Arceus is technically the first Pokemon because God of Pokemon. Bulbasaur is the first Pokemon in the Pokédex, but then Mew is also considered the first Pokemon too. So there's all 4 answers for you.
Did you say third Masters?
Pocket Monsters. Yes, I did. I already talked about that one. Yep. Was it sad I knew that?
Are any of those Masters in dinosaurs?
No, unfortunately.
Maybe you should go back to school and learn about dinosaurs because that'd be really cool. I'm just saying.
What was the most middle Pokemon made?
What's the worst Pokemon?
Magikarp. All it does is splash there. I don't know a darned thing about the creator of Pokemon, unfortunately. My knowledge is all show and video games, and even that gets sketchy toward the middle because I stopped playing at a certain point and stopped watching the show at a certain point. So if you ask me Gen 1, 2, 3, 4 questions, I'm good for it. And then 8 and 9, I'm good for it. Everything between the middle, the betwixt part. I didn't play X and Y. I didn't play Black and White. Or I played X and Y, but I didn't get too far into it. Black and White never touched. Sun and Moon never touched. So, Arceus, or as other people say, Arceus. I prefer to say Arceus, but some people say it's Arceus. Also a fun game. Legends of Arceus was pretty fun. I'm hoping they'll go back to that and remake other ones. Like I know people want Legend of Celebi. Some people just want to go back to Kanto and hang with the birds. Like I said, I have some decent knowledge, not a lot though. You can say "damn," it's okay. It's not a bannable word in this chat.
No, because beavers make them.
It's also 12:30 a.m. So if there's a child watching, they should probably be sleeping. What are?
Oh, I got it.
Woohoo!
That was the hardest one
You mean
ever.
like Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander? Those first three?
I'm going to have to do a lot of sanding.
Uh-oh.
But you know the
okay,
cat
Nathan.
from Team Rocket?
Meowth?
Yes. Now, is he the smartest of all the Pokemons?
No, he just taught himself to talk to impress a girl.
But isn't that kind of smarter than any other? Is there any other talking Pokemon?
Technically, no, because all the other ones that speak are telepathically speaking.
I'm just saying. The cat is the smartest. Or at least the cleverest? I don't know.
You could say smartest because he did teach himself to speak English to improve a female Meowth.
Did she speak English?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
Did she speak Japanese?
No.
Did he speak Japanese also?
I mean, technically, they all speak Japanese if you're watching the Japanese version, not the English version. So,
there we go.
all right, I restarted the timer. Are you going to try and finish this all in one sitting?
No, we're done.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do a little bit of sanding, and I want to smooth it out. But
okay,
and then the little things will go on the sides like this.
very cool.
So yeah, this one, boy, it was the toughest one I've ever done. I'm gonna have to look at what type of releases I can put on there. Even if it's just flour or something, I don't know.
Yeah, there's got to be something you could put on it that would help make that easier.
The problem is I have to also push it onto it.
Yeah.
Normally, it just
Nathan,
pops
no
right off
problem.
like a suction cup. And you know what? When I finally decided, I finally just went like this, it popped right off. I kept going real light
wax
with it.
paper too, but wax paper might melt. I don't know how hot it has the oven.
It's a 175 or 275 degrees.
I
really need to just polish this up and clean it off so there's no old residue also.
Wax paper is good up to a certain oven temperature, so you might be able to use that. But then it might get stuck to the inside of your clay, so I don't know.
You can see the insides.
Oh, that is actually really... Wow. That's cool.
Yeah, I just...
Winky said, can you bake it on a silicone mat instead?
A silk cone?
Like a silicone? Because they make silicone for baking now. You could find like a silicone pot or something.
That's rubbery?
Yeah.
I don't know. I may have to ask her to help me try to find one of those. If she could like send me a link to what one looks like, it'd be awesome.
All right, but I think we're gonna call it here. That way George can go live and y'all can go hang out with him for a little while. I know I'm probably gonna go to bed because it's 12:40 and I am tired.
Yeah, I'm gonna get my kitty cat to get into bed, and hopefully he'll wake up tomorrow as
So-
fresh as ever.
I shall take this link so y'all can go hang out with George.
What are you doing for the 4th of July?
I'm trying to talk to folks that are letting us have lobster for dinner,
Ooh.
but
Are
I'm
you,
gonna
how
say
about
good night.
guests?
No, we're just gonna hang out at home and chill. So good night, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. It's fun. Ed and I should be live on Friday, barring any randomness again. I put George's link in the stream, so go or the chat. Make sure you go check out him, and we'll see you guys on Friday. See you, everybody.
All right.
I have an end screen here. Here we go.